hit record. So this is week 2 of our, well, no, what week are we on? I don't even know what week is today. I guess this is like week 3 of our Coach Basics, right? So this month is definitely different. It's not your average, like run-of-the-mill, we're just running a coaching business, trying to get healthy and help other people to do the same, right? Because it is the holidays. And it's going to look a little bit differently. Y'all, my computer is acting crazy. And I'm trying to pull up some notes, but it's like not even. But it is, I want to hear from you guys in just a minute. But I know that lots of you guys are at different places in your business. Some of you guys are brand new coaches. You've just been here for like maybe a few days or even a month or, just a couple of months. But you know what, it doesn't matter right now. The social media is the same for everybody. Okay, hold on just a second. Coach, let's see. Okay, all right, sorry, I'm trying to find what I was looking for. No, that's not it. I'm sorry guys, hold on just a second. Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay. I've got what I need. But yeah, social media is the same for everybody, right? It's kind of quiet. Like I was just actually flipping through my Instagram and my Facebook before I got on here because I was looking to see, how many people had liked my post or watched my stories, because I've just kind of been keeping my eye on that, not because I'm like super obsessed with it, but I have been just trying to be aware of what's going on in social media land. And whereas like normally I would personally have a couple hundred views on some of my stories, by now I only have like 100. And so that is just a reflection of, one, sometimes algorithms change, but 2, people are just busy. I mean, like a lot of you guys are at work today. You are, you're still trying to figure out Christmas. If you're not at work, a lot of people are Christmas shopping. Like I kind of took the day off yesterday to go Christmas shopping, or just honestly to do a little unwinding by myself. And so that is kind of the vibe out there right now in social media land. So what does that mean for us as coaches? So we don't really change our behaviors. We might change our content a little bit, but our goals and our daily behaviors, honestly, you guys, remain the same. We still print off that business activity tracker. We're still posting on social media. We are personally still drinking our shake and doing our workouts and following our meal plans. Does that mean we're perfect? Absolutely not. Like I have eaten those Lindor truffles this week, like more than I have in a while. Yesterday I ate sushi, and it was a little bit like I didn't realize the roll that I ordered was fried, and I ate it. So like I'm not saying that we're over here like eating, tuna and drinking Shakeology and eating salads, right? But we still are committed to our health. Why? Because in the past, this is where your story comes into play. In the past, like for me personally, I have always been that mom that like I could not go Christmas shopping without a really sweet latte in one hand and a cookie in the other. Like that was my treat. Like I told myself I deserved that. When in reality, it always made me feel like junk. Like I told myself over and over, I earned this, I earned this, I earned this. And I was actually earning my way into like super high cholesterol, and just that sugar made me cranky, and it made me not enjoy the holidays and all those things. And so now, instead of going and get a sugar-filled latte and a cookie, I might have like a sushi roll that has a lot of vegetables with it. Or I might have like an Americano and add a little bit of half and half to it, and not go all out and get the latte, right? So I do that not just because I'm a coach, but because like my body and my health and my mental state need me to be healthy, right? And so I continue down this journey. I continue on this road of health and fitness, and I want to inspire other women and say, hey, you can have the holiday and have the cake, and you don't have to undo everything that you have worked so hard for, or everything that you want, right? So my behaviors remain the same. I'm taking care of myself. I'm logging into my challenge groups for accountability and talking about that. I am posting on social media. I'm sharing stories of my workouts and of some meals that I eat. And when I splurge, I'm showing people that I'm real, right? And then I'm also making 1 to 2 posts every single day, because here's the thing, you guys. Whether you're a new coach or an older coach or wherever you're at in this business, if you stop, like if you check out because you say everybody else is checked out, I'm just going to check out for a week or two, and then I'll come back with a vengeance in January. People are going to forget about you in a week or two, honestly. As sad as that sounds, you know, and we don't live for social media recognition. We don't live for the likes, but, you know, we do run a business, and our business is based on what we put out into social media land. That's our platform. So if we stop, I always tell my coaches, if you close your mouth, you close your business. So if you stop posting on social media just because it's quiet, you are not going to be the person that everybody turns to whenever they do decide they want to get back into it in January for their health and fitness, right? So posting on social media, if you're not posting, you're not building a business. I don't care what season of the year it is. And at this point, you know, like I want to encourage everyone, tell me, like I want you guys to engage with me on this call, and I want you to use the chat bar while I talk, but tell me, what is your brand? Have you kind of come up with what your brand is yet? Do you need help with that? This is something that you have to do in order to actually grow your personal business, because like Jenna's brand is not going to be like mine. Carly's brand is not going to be like mine. We're completely different people. Are we women of faith who love health and fitness and want to be healthy and help others? Yes. But there's so much more to each of us, and we have to define that. And when we define that in like 5 or 6 words, then we don't have as much trouble coming up with what to post about. Because as coaches, even especially during the season, if all you're posting about is sweaty selfies, if you're just posting sweaty selfies and about your workout, people are going to tune out to what you're saying. People want to know who you are. How do you celebrate? Oh gosh, y'all, this is the easiest time to put stuff out on social media. Like, how do you celebrate Christmas? Who's the hardest person that you have to buy for? You know, what does Christmas mean to you? Obviously, there's a lot of like gift buying and all that stuff, but like, do you get the real meaning of Christmas? Like, do you celebrate that at church or with your family or reading the Christmas story? Crap. Every time I talk to you guys, I need to write these things down because I want to post about these things. So, you know, like, who are you? Like, what does your family do for fun? Do you do Dirty Santa? Do you draw names? Like, there's so much content that you can put out there at this time of year that gives people a glimpse into who you are. And so your brand is going to be different for everybody. But I want you guys, okay, you guys are not typing. What is your brand? Like, give me 5 to 7 words that describe who you are and that describes your content. I know that even if you're at work, like I want you, if you can type, like I want you guys to do this, okay? Because that is going to make planning your content so much easier. And when you know who you are and you are like what your brand is, like you're going to find that people will engage with you so much more. And so that is why we tell you to do this. So for me personally, I am a boy mom. Like my boys are not small anymore. They were toddlers when I started. So even my brand has changed since I became a coach, but I'm a boy mom. Like I definitely, like I spend time, people that follow me know that I spend time in devotion every single morning. People know that I love, I love chocolate. I love fried chicken. Like that's kind of my thing. If I could eat my weight in fried chicken, like I would be 300 pounds, but I love fried chicken. I'm married and Matt and I just had an anniversary yesterday. Like I shared that. We love to go and try new foods. We love to go hiking and camping. We're very involved in our church. So those are all things that are part of my brand. And sometimes they change, sometimes they evolve, but consistently I am putting those types of things into my content. And I'm also attracting people who are very much like me. So having your own brand is very important when it comes to posts, all right? So even though it's the holidays, like I said, we're still posting. You know, for me personally, I aim to make a post every morning before 6 o'clock because I feel like timing matters. You know, and if I post after 6 o'clock, most people I get way less engagement. So knowing when your audience is on social media is also really important. Like if you post a challenge group post at midnight because you're up and trying to work and get stuff done, then nobody's going to see that unless you are a midnight person yourself, and everybody that follows you is too, right? And so during the season, definitely make sure that when you post, whatever you post is part of your brand. You're posting it at times where people will actually see your content. I don't care if it's a funny post. I don't care if it's an inspiring post. I don't care if it's call to action post. If nobody sees it, it doesn't count, honestly, you guys. So a lot of things that I'm posting right now are definitely kind of funny things. If you go to my social media feed right now, you will see that I just posted a funny about my kids, like asking me to do all the things for them. And it like really annoys me. And I just said, I saw somebody else do that, but I said, I'm going to wrap myself up and put myself under the tree so my kids appreciate me and or know what a gift I am. And so it was just funny, you know, and I just posted it and I've already got people who are responding to it because it spoke to my market. Like, you know, I said, make my lunch, get my backpack, find my socks. I'm hungry, Cinderella. And I said, things are about to change. And can I get an amen? And so that spoke directly to people who are like me. So I'm honestly doing a lot of posts like that because like a lot of people for the next week are checked out on health and fitness. They are not coming to our social media feeds to figure out what workout program they're going to do in January. I mean, they're just not, but they are coming to see if you worked out. Did Rachel work out today? Is she still doing those workouts she's always talking about? Like, is she still doing that thing on that step? People are coming to see that, and I'm going to keep putting it out there because yes, I am. Because when you decide you want to do it with me, I am going to be your girl who you sign up with, right? And so that is something that we have to continue doing, but definitely throw the crazy stuff in, throw the emotional stuff in. If this is a hard time of year for you, share that and give people an opportunity to connect and give people an opportunity to share as well. You know, like I've been really convicted this last week about that I haven't done enough to serve other people. And I've talked about that more. I love you, Carly. That's great. And I haven't talked about that enough. But when I made a post on Facebook the other day about these kids at the Salvation Army, like that needed help, guys, I'm not taking credit. God used me, but because I posted it, 64 kids got Christmas that didn't have anybody to do that. And that, like, this is more than just a business. This is more than just, look at me, I'm working out, join my challenge group. I tell my team, this is a ministry. Like, this is an opportunity to do something more than just build a business. And if any time of the year, this is a great time to use this platform that you've been given to encourage other people, to encourage them in their health and fitness, to encourage them to do good things for others, to encourage them if they're suffering, if they're alone, if they feel, you know, like if Christmas is not a fun time, like, guys, we can use this to help people and lift them up. So definitely do that. All right. So Carly, I'm going to say it because I'm proud of you for writing. You are, your faith is important. You're a dog mom. You love fashion. I love your hair. Like, I always love Carly's hair. First time home builder. Oh gosh, that's exciting. There's lots of people out there. Girl, you hashtag the mess out of that. Newly married, love being surrounded by friends. Chick-fil-A. Yes, is your weakness and fitness. Good. So that's very detailed. You know, Carly just set herself apart and from so many other coaches out there by getting really specific about who she is. And now you take those things and when you are scheduling out your social media posts for next week, which I always do, and I'll share a video about that with you guys, you're going to incorporate these things. I'd like to tell my coaches, like, I can turn a post about washing clothes into a coach invite. Because I know a lot of mamas out there who like just hate laundry. They don't like doing it. You know, like I hate laundry, but by golly, I am thankful as all get out that I can actually be home to be the one that does the laundry because like I prayed for that for years, you know? And so you relate with your audience through these things that are specific to you, to your niche. And that is how you build relationships with people. Because this is, yes, we want to sell challenge packs. Yes, we want to hit Success Club. Yes, we want to build a team. But first, before we can do any of those things, we have to build a relationship with people. And we do that through our posts, through our stories, through our initial connections and invites. All right. Caitlin, thank you. Faith, you're single, you're a homeowner, you love family and friends, you're an animal lover, you love fitness, sweets are your weakness. Boom. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. That's great. So now you know what types of things to talk about, right? And so another thing, when it comes to posting during the season, I am actually pulling a ton, which I always have, but I'm kind of relying on it a little bit more from my personal development. You know, you have to be reading personal development. You have to be, I love the Slide Edge. And right now I'm reading the 12-week year. And it has tons of content, like one-liners that I can use as a quote to open my post or to put into my post and encourage and inspire people. Because again, people may not be quick to pull the trigger to sign up and do something, but if you're encouraging and you're inspiring and you're even educating in your post and adding value, then people are going to come back to your page for more. And when they're ready, they're going to say yes to you when you invite them to that challenge group, right? So that is good for your social media content now too. Another thing, and I kind of didn't expect to go all in this direction, but it is Christmas, and I do want you guys to build a credible foundation, a credible brand. Another thing that I really encourage you guys to do right now, while social media is a little bit more quiet, is to play with your pictures. Like, play with your pictures. Figure out, you know, buy a couple of presets if you want to from Etsy, or download these apps. I'm going to show you real quick if I can get my thing to share. Buy a couple, or open up or download a couple of filter apps. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can get this to work. Record yourself. Make some videos of you doing your workout. If you've never done that and you want to post that on social media, like, now is a great time to play with that and start to do it, because, you know, it's a little bit less intimidating, honestly, because not as many people are watching. Hold on one, Jen, I'm coming back to you too. But play with your apps. Like, go look at your social media feed. One thing that I do every single week, and what I really encourage my team to do, is to review your social media feed. Is it attractive? Does it make you want to stop and read? Or do all the pictures look the same? Does it look too busy? Are they fuzzy pictures? Are they dark pictures? Like, see what you can improve upon. And so, like, for me, there's a lot of pictures of me. Like, obviously, I think that 80 to 90% of your pictures should be of you, but there's a lot of me. So I kind of tried to switch it up this week. I did that one of my food right there. I did one of my scripture reading on Sunday morning. I did one of just my shirt a couple of days ago, and it just diversifies your feed and makes it a little bit more intriguing, and to me, a little bit more attractive. So gone are the days of just like snapping a photo, a selfie with your arm out, and it's always a picture of you in your head. Like, that, those are fun, but if that's all your social media feed is, then people are not gonna like really want to look at that. And so, like, really switching it up. Like, this was a different kind of pose for me yesterday, and I think that it was kind of eye-catching. You know, people stopped to see what I had to say. I love this one because I just wanted to make like a super empowered, like, go get it girl kind of post. And it turned out to be a good image. And you just have to evaluate what works for you and what doesn't. I've also shared with my team as well. Some of you guys are not directly on my team, but the Plan app is something that I use a lot. I schedule out my content for the week with the Plan app, and you can download the free version of this, or you can pay like $5 or $10. I pay $10 just because I'm like the girl that pays for the app. I don't know why. I just do. Like, I think if I can pay for it, I get more out of it, right? But it does allow me to actually schedule my content with this kind of strategy. Let's see. And I can create, like, what type of post do I want to make? Again, like, I am a give, ask kind of person. Like, I don't ask people to do something in every post. Like, I don't invite in every post. I do ask for them to engage in some way, but I don't ask. All my posts are not like, join my challenge group, join my team, because, again, people get tired of that. But if I'm putting out so much content that is valuable, then they're going to stop and read the join my team post. They're going to stop and read the join my challenge group post. So this is kind of like my grid when it comes to posting, and it changes from week to week, obviously, based on what I'm inviting to. But I like to give, ask. So I've kind of got a testimonial invite. I've got inspiration, mom life, education, then a business invite, then community. I guess I do give, ask. Community, behind the scenes quote, and then an invite. So that's really how I plan my content, my strategy. And all I have to do is I can pull these down here and add them to my grid, and it actually saves it. It's, oh, I don't know what I did. Then it saves it. So I just go and I plug in my posts. All right. And I love to plan my posts. Like, I'm total geek, you guys. But I love to plan my posts. I love to walk around the house and snap pictures. Or if we're out and there's a cool background, I'm like, hey, Henry, take my picture. And then I edit it and I plug it in there to use later. So for example, this is that one, it was there for an inspiration post. So I took this picture last week. I liked it, I saved it, and I plugged it in there, and I'll write it later. This is one that says quote, like I can share a quote with that picture. It's just a little bit different type of picture. So definitely play with your photos, like have fun with your photos. Don't let this part of it like overwhelm you. But definitely make sure that you're putting out content that is, one, visually appealing, and two, is it has some type of content. It's not just all like hey, I did my workout today, do you want to join my challenge group? Because nobody really cares that you worked out. They want to know who you are and why you're doing it, right? Okay, so those are my tips for content. Do you guys have any questions about that? About any of that? Okay, so let me go back to Wanjana. She said, okay, so obviously her faith, her fitness, she is a boy mom. Not just a boy mom, though. Like, here's where I want to challenge you. You are a sports focused boy mom. Your child plays football. You're a football boy mom. So get specific, because there are a lot of people out there. What type of lifestyle comes with being that kind of mom? You have to travel like every Friday night, or be at a football game, right? Where you're surrounded by temptations, and like just like money, I'm sure, is an issue with paying for stuff and traveling and going and stuff like that. Trying to figure out how to raise a teenager. Oh my gosh, like I feel like my 9-year-old is a teenager. You do love to travel. You should start posting. You should put a travel picture in your social media feed every week, and do like a throwback Thursday, or put a place that you want to go, or something like that, because a lot of people can relate to that. Fashion, crazy hair. Oh, I love your hair. I've never thought it's crazy, but I like it. So, yeah, those are good. Those are really, really good. Okay. So knowing who you are, knowing what you're posting, what you're putting out there, these things, you guys, also help you find new people. So whenever you go to Instagram to build your business, which you should be doing every single day, you're going to hashtag, Wanjana, I have no idea what kind of hashtag you would do with your hair. For me, I would be like, I don't know, like long hair probs or something like that. Like if I wanted to look for a hashtag, let's do that right now. You want to do that? Let's see if I can do that. So in order to find people, you can use your brand and these hashtags to actually find people. Long hair problems. There's a lot of people that use that. Okay, let's see. She looks kind of normal. Dental assistant who loves food, travel, and outdoors. Amazing husband God gave me. Oh my goodness, she's like so normal. Y'all can't even see my screen because I didn't share it. Sorry. Okay, so I just typed in long hair probs, and this, like, her name came up. So I followed her. I went to see who she was. He does not have long hair. She looks young. Maybe. Looks pretty normal. She takes pictures of things. Okay, so yeah. Guys, you have to be careful on Instagram too, like what you see. Don't open your phone around your kids when you're searching and stuff. Okay, so something else that I would search to find people to follow, because here's the thing: when you follow people, they're probably going to follow you back, right? So Wanjana, what's one that you would do? What's a hashtag that you would use to connect with people? Can you type something in here? Curly hair. Okay, so like, is there anything more specific? Natural. Look, there's your name. Hair. It's going to be pretty broad. So like, what would natural hair? I don't know. I don't know where to go with that one. Too broad. More specific. Can you give me something else? Anybody else can type something like a hashtag. Let me go back to Okay, like the hashtag 4C natural workout hair. Is that what you? Natural. Let's do. Okay, that's better. Let's see hairstyles. There you go. Oh, cute. These people are cute. Okay, so yeah, you just go through there, see who these people are, see what they do. She looks like a normal person, and just click follow, right? Okay, so let me go back to Carly. Carly says Chick-fil-A. Props. That's a good one. Okay. All right. So yeah, obviously these are more like memes, but you could go through and look at these people and see what their feed looks like. Chick-fil-A struggle bus. That's really funny. Okay. So obviously you could just have to search and see which ones were people like you. It's a lot of Chick-fil-A struggle bus people. But anyway, so I am trying to show you how to actually use your brand to find people on Instagram, because that's definitely something that you should be doing to grow your feed every single day. So that is important. All right, let's see. We talked about photos. We talked about posts. Let's talk about stories. Like, how do you guys feel about stories? Have you been using them? I know one Jenna has. I see her. I know Carly has. I don't know about you other ladies, but you can tell me. Stories were not around when I was a brand new coach. That is something that I had to learn, definitely when that came out, and kind of figure out how to navigate that. I want to give you some of my best tips. Again, because of the time of year it is, I'm still posting in my stories. I'm still inviting in my stories every single day. I'm still using my stories to do my personal development. To do my 4 vitals. When I say that I'm using my stories to do my 4 vitals. I post about my workout selfie about my workouts every day. I usually tell people like what type of workout I do. I'm not usually using a lot of names of the programs because I want to kind of keep that intrigue going. I share what workout I'm doing, what type of workout. I do a couple clips. I do not post like 10 clips of my workout because I don't want to give the whole thing away, right? But I just want to show people what I'm doing and create some interest. I usually tell people how I feel after the workout. Sometimes I do before, because I want people to understand that I don't always like wake up raring to go, push play on a workout and kill it, and just, like I don't ever struggle. I do struggle. But I also like to give people an opportunity to engage with me after the workout. Now today I didn't actually post much. I talked about running, but I didn't do all that other stuff because I did go for a run. But so I'm proof of the products, right? I drink my shake, I do my workout, I talk about that in stories every day. I invite people every single day in stories. I invite them either to the coaching opportunity, to a challenge group, or to just come learn more about something, right? And I don't feel icky doing that every single day because the story is always a personal story. So let me show you from yesterday. I did this story series on coaching, and I like to create these stories in Unfold is the app. I made these. It's super easy. It's free. And yesterday I talked about what does work mean to you, right? I used to work a full-time job. I always thought work was like a bad word. I always thought that it was something I had to do. But now I know that work is like, I love to work. Like I love to do this work that I do as a coach. It provides for me and my family, and I find enjoyment. I talked about how I started. I struggled. Like I didn't know how to post on social media. Like that was way outside my comfort zone. I talked about there's obviously my transformation and how I just had to lean into it and go trial by error. And I talked about how my life has changed since I've become a coach. Obviously I have this team now, and I'm also showing my kids the value of hard work. And I point people to the fact that tomorrow I'm going to be doing a live lunch and learn at 12 o'clock noon. And I invite people to do it with me, right? I give them the link in my bio, and then I give them the opportunity to engage in the poll, in the story, and tell me if they want to come and learn more about it. So that was my invite for yesterday. And I just show people how to get there. Then there's a lot of regular life sprinkled in, because stories are not supposed to be like this picture perfect, you know, I'm a coach and I work out and I sweat and that's all I do. No, you want to give people a really fun and normal glimpse into your life. And these are my kids. We went and took our gifts for a Salvation Army angel yesterday, and they had never done that before. So that was kind of like a milestone, and I wanted to share with people that they had done that. And of course, Milo never takes a normal picture. So, you know, that's just real life right there. And then last night, you know, again, real life, we had to go to Milo's school. He had Christmas around the world and he was showing us all his work. Lots of mamas that follow me can relate to this, right? And then I showed people last night that I was throwing some food into an Instant Pot, and just this carrot was really cool. That was kind of it. I recognize other people. That's one of the vital behaviors. I recognize my challengers and my coaches on a regular basis, as well as other people who just simply inspire me. And so Kelly, my challenger, has been making these stories about her countdown to health and fitness. She's not even a coach. Not a working coach anyways, but she tagged me, and so I shared that and shared that she was killing her nutrition. Then I like to show people how I actually work this business, because people don't always get what exactly we do as a coach, and they're not always jumping at the bit to get on a call or join a sneak peek. But if I can show people like, hey, here I am, I took yesterday off to kind of go play, and I still have work to do. So I'm answering your messages, and I'm sending out emails to people who've asked me about my boot camp. Again, it shows people what I do, and it also shows people that actually do work. Like, so that future coaches who join my team don't come into this and think, oh gosh, this is a lot of work. I didn't know we had to do all this. Well, you kind of did, because I'm showing you in my stories every day how I work my business. That's something I love to do. And then I did this last night, and I really liked it, because I want also people to understand that I do work really hard, but I have to set boundaries in my business. That's important to me personally. I'm not going to stay up most nights till midnight working my business. Now I'm going to shut down. I've implemented this no technology from like 10 to 5 a.m. And that's just kind of my personal rule. And I love that. And I want to find people who want that balance too. And then this morning I'm up, I'm working out, reading my devotion, went for a run, did some work on a call, shared some value, shared some of my favorite things, and that's kind of it, you know? So it's a really good mix of just life, and yes, health and fitness, yes, my business, but also just the normal stuff mixed in there in between. And so, yeah, so Caitlin, you love stories, but you're still trying to master. I don't know if I've ever mastered stories. I feel like somebody always does it better than me, but that is one tip too. Don't compare yourself. I had gotten into, guys, this is a total confession, like about 6 months ago, I had gotten into a total rut of watching not a bunch, but like 4 or 5 other coaches' stories, and feeling like I had to copy their format. I had to copy their content. I had to copy their invites. And it totally had me turned off, and so just like in a funk when it came to this business, that I had to unfollow those people. And I had to just force myself to get out of that bubble and to actually just start creating my own content based on my own life. And I will tell you what, like, things changed. The joy came back. You know, I started to connect with people who were like me, not like somebody else, but like me. And I got more engagement and interaction on my posts. So like, definitely, like, I would never post about, I don't even know what 4C natural workout hair is, but Wangina does, and her tribe does, you know? So like, we're different. Be different, right? That's really important. So those are some of my best tips for your stories. It has to be your life. And those stories that I made about coaching, yes, they might look similar to someone else because we use the same app, but I told my story, right? And so that's a really important thing. That's what keeps people coming back to you and to your stories and your feed, because you're just being yourself, all right? Now, what are you inviting to? Because I could talk about social media and posting and stories all day long, but even though it's the week before Christmas, I am still inviting. I am still inviting people to join my team. Tomorrow, I'm hosting a live lunch and learn call. So obviously, I just showed you that I was talking about that. For everybody that watches those stories or engages in those polls, they are getting a message from me. Because the rule that I follow, a friend of mine shared this, is that if people watch your stories, if they like your posts, if they engage in any way, that is virtually like them making eye contact with you. If they were sitting right in front of me, I consider that the same as if they looked me in the eye. And if somebody looks you in the eye, you say, hey, how are you? nice to meet you. I'm Rachel, whatever, you know? And so like I send a message to those people who watch my stories, who engage with me, who do anything because, and it's not icky. It's not a, hey, I saw you watch my story. Do you want to join my team? It's a, hey, thank you so much for following me. You are so much part of my community here on social media, and my community is very important to me. Why do you follow me? Do you follow, are you interested in the business? I saw you watch my coaching story, or do you just follow me for fitness or faith or my little family? And I give people, I ask real questions. I connect in a real way, like I would as if they were face to face. And then I ask a question that they have to answer. All right. So that is a very simple way to engage with people. And I tell my coaches, I tell my team all the time, content generates conversation for me. I don't have to sit here every day and be like, okay, I don't know who to invite today. I invite people who are engaging with the content that I put out there. So that's why I covered that first. And so if you're putting stuff out there that has value, that has meat to it, then it's really simple to just engage with those people who choose to engage back with you by watching your stories or voting in your polls or you know, liking your post. Okay. So those are the people that I connect with, build relationships with, and invite. If as a brand new coach, you're going to start with people that you already know. You're going to have one-on-one conversations with your family at Christmas. You're going to have one-on-one conversations with your friends if you do a Christmas get together. If you have a pod, a messenger pod, like my friend Christy has a messenger pod with these close friends she's had for years, you know, you talk to those people first and invite them first. All right. And don't let the outcome define whether or not you're supposed to do this. People are going to tell you no. People are not going to understand what Shakeology is. People are not going to know what a workout home program can do. People are not going to know what a challenge group is. And it's our job to talk about those things and to tell people and have those conversations with people. All right. So that's really important. I love to address objections that I get in my posts and in my stories. All right. And so those are some really, really smart things to do. When you invite people, you're going to follow up. I know it's Christmas time and you're going to get a lot of dead silence. You're going to get a lot of not right now. But you know what? As soon as Christmas Day is over on the 26th, 27th, 28th, I'm going to be following up like a mad woman with everybody that I have talked to and try to get them enrolled in my Transform 20 group because that is what I'm doing. All right. And I'm going to track it. I'm going to track it like a boss. Everybody that I talk to, everybody I invite, everybody I follow up with, I write it down. As a brand new coach, I used to actually just write it down in my planner. Like I would draw a grid and I would write down people that I added as friends, people I connected with, people I invited, and people I followed up with. And that's it. Super simple. And that way you know who to follow up with and you know what people are saying to you. And let's see. And that's kind of all I have for today. Let's see. Carly, is there a time of day that you find you get more engagement? Yes, I do. So for me personally, I like to have my post up in the morning by 5:45 a.m. All right. Another thing that's really important when we're talking about your brand is that you are actually using hashtags on your posts on Instagram. I find that helps me a lot too. So what I have here is I have in my notes section, I have about 3 or 4 different sets of hashtags under your post. When you make a post in Instagram, immediately, because you don't want to put 30 hashtags in your post because that looks junky, but you make your post and then immediately, and I'm talking like within 30 seconds, you copy and paste a set of hashtags and you put it into the comment section of your phone. All right. And so you can see all of these hashtags that I have. And I have like 3 or 4 sets because if you use the same one over and over, then Instagram's going to notice that and they're not going to give you as much traction on your post. But like if I use 4 or 5 different sets, then that allows me to diversify it and it keeps it interesting. And people search these hashtags and they find my posts. Okay. So that is really important too. But yes, I like to post by like, honestly, I find like my magic number is around 5:45 a.m. That's mine. It may not be for everybody's. If I do a post at lunchtime, it does okay. Or really around like between 8 and 9 o'clock in the evening. Those are the best times for me. Yeah. Let's see. Anybody else? You guys have any other questions? That's a good question though. Okay. I told my team, I did a call last weekend about like setting goals and stuff, but you know, after the new year, I mean after Christmas, you guys, like definitely hit it hard. Like don't stop now, still invite. You need to be inviting every day, because honestly I've found that if I get out of the habit, then I lose the habit and it's hard to get back into it. And it is a habit. It's not a gift. It's not a you know, like a right. I mean, you just have to create the habit, just like working out, eating healthy. You have to make these vital behaviors a habit in order to get better and to get stronger. But as soon as Christmas is over, I am going to be posting about my Transform 20 again. I'm going to invite people. We're having a flash sale, an end of the year flash sale, that we're going to have challenge packs for sale. I want to help my team hit Success Club. You know, I'm going to be inviting people to that group and telling them, you know what, hey, get your pack now, get your resources now before the new year we kick off next week. You know, I want you to be ready. So, you know, all that work that I'm doing now to put the content out there and to create those conversations and stuff is going to pay off whenever it's time for people to actually start making decisions, right? So that's super important too. And then, you know, like sign everybody up as coaches. We all have rank advancement goals. Like sign your people up, your challengers up as coaches as you start to build your business and get closer to diamond and beyond. That's important too. Anybody else? Do you guys have any other questions? I did record this, so if it's helpful and you want to go back and watch it, hey Brooke, you missed it. I recorded it though. If you have any questions and you want to go back and watch it, please do. I'm going to post the recording in our New Coach University. Okay. All right, you guys, go get them, and Merry Christmas. I don't think we'll really have a call. I don't know if you guys want to, but we probably won't have a call next Wednesday just because it's still going to be Christmas time. So this really, I guess, is our last New Coach University call of the year. So we'll kick off again in January. All right. But Success Club, non-negotiable. You need it. Your team needs you to hit it. Like, just invite everybody. Sign up people that anybody you can invite. Sign them up this month. All right. Because it's a big deal. Okay, not just to you, but to your team and your upline, and to set that example. But you guys can do it. I believe in you, all right? Bye.